Hey everyone, Angus here from Sea Warrington Assets. Welcome to another video on the channel. In this video, you'll be seeing the first inside look of the new terminal for the new Western Sydney International Airport. This airport is set to grow with the future of Western Sydney and the city of Bradfield. Join me in this video as I show you the first look when you walk into the new airport, and including how you get to the new airport by public transport, and showing you as well the arrival and departure end, and as well as including the baggage drop-off section and checking in your luggage, and as well as domestic and international section going through security. Enjoy this video and I'll catch you all soon.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's always good to hate it, look at it.
I know.
Looks so good. Oh, that's a racist one.
Yeah.
Oh no, it got cancelled.
Why got cancelled?
Oh well, it arrived. In Canberra.
Yeah, it just shows all the flights. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. There's only one Jetstar flight.
Cancelled flights.
So the average worker's free.
Signs up there. Buses and metro. You've got pick up for taxis as well. Let's focus now. So, this in the distance is the long stretch to the airport terminal metro station. So once you left your flight, you enter out these doors, or these doors rather. You walk out and you go following these signs along here, and then you go along this stretch in this part. Yeah, from here all the way around to the other side to where the entrance of the airport terminal station, which is scheduled to open December 2027. So hopefully it stays as that. So we only can predict now for the airport mainly opening up this year. It's pretty exciting, nonetheless. I'm pretty excited for seeing this in person. So, yeah.
All around the airport to have a bit of a look. Thank you for turning out. We really appreciate it. At the moment, the tours are pretty much focused on just local communities, so we're not. We'll do some large-scale community open days at our local postcodes around the airport to give everyone a bit of a behind-the-scenes look before we open in October. We're really not. We've been building this place for 6 or so years. There's been disruption in the community, we know that from the build, and part of the reason we want to show the local community first is that exact reason. We're not here to change your mind today. We know we're not everyone's cup of tea. We've got 24/7 operations. So this is about giving you a look at the customer experience and how you operate in the airport as a customer. But if you want to chat to us at all about any issues you've got, please feel free to do that. Just grab us and take us aside. But we're trying to just make this as an enjoyable experience as we can for the broader audience. Just a couple of quick ground rules, just in photography sense. We've got the WSI sign here, and we've got the Welcome to Sydney sign as you come back through baggage. Feel free to take any selfies or family shots you want to and post them to social media. That's no drama at all. There's a location when we get into security up on level 2. Please no photographs of the actual X-ray equipment and all that jazz. Just nothing up close. You'll be able to take long shots of the feature ceiling and whatever when we're up there, but just nothing up close. And then if you want to take snaps around the airport itself to show family and friends, completely fine to do that. Please just not on socials. We're just asking you to do the 2 locations for socials. You'll notice a couple of things in the building today. Yes, we're heading towards opening in October, but there's still a lot of work going on. So even though we've got the keys to the place and we're turning everything on and learning how to use everything, there's still work going on where, for example, we're going to be installing a premium lounge here. The retailers, some of the retail space, we've got a lot of this white space where retail fittings, retail outlets will go. So that work will so there's a lot of other activity. We're installing lounges up on level 3, so some of the feature ceilings come down. So it still has a lot of activity in the place, even though we're a finished airport. So please just be patient with us on that perspective as well. A couple of sort of overarching facts about the airport. We are a 24/7 non-curfewed airport. We are built to operate domestic and international all under the one roof in stage 1, and cargo as well. So we've got a cargo facility that we'll see in the distance as we're outside in a little while. And so we're due to operate, so the airspace is due to get signed off in July sometime, early July. So our aim is to have the freight centre up and running in late July, and then opening to passenger services in late October. You may have noticed that Singapore Airlines and Air New Zealand put their tickets out on sale for the first, I think we've got Air New Zealand 3 times a week from the 26th of October, and Singapore are taking five days a week from mid-November from memory. So some of the tickets are starting to go on sale. We've still got Jetstar and Qantas as our domestic partners who are yet to put their tickets on sale. So we've got the 4 foundation airlines that we've got with the airport currently. We may just open with the 4 we've got. We may have others join the airport before we open in October. But at this stage, they're the 4 we have operating. We do go outside and have a bit of a look at the sort of exterior and the transport connections and all that sort of stuff, so there's an opportunity to ask questions on any of that. I think the other thing I should mention is we've got Australian Border Force have moved in and are in the building now, so I think you'll find there's a few officers floating around. You might see them with one of the dogs, 2 of the dogs, just doing testing. So a big part of what we're doing is part of the trials to turn the place on. All the different agencies are starting to move in, and so you see them, not so much today, but testing security equipment or taking sniffer dogs around. So there's different bits of activity. So just with a few kids in the group today, if you see the dogs, please just don't let them go about their job and don't sort of approach them. They're friendly, but they're just trying to train them in the practice of the airport. So we just need to let them do their job. Any kick-off questions, or we can start? I'll take you through the departures and we'll start from there.
Let's go.
Okay, cool. Just follow us this way.
You've been with him? No. I don't think
Yeah. Exposed. It's just like seeing trains right now. So, yeah.
Many people will just check in on their phone these days. We understand that, but if you need to check in at a kiosk and get your baggage tag, you'll come up and just use any kiosk, doesn't matter whether you're domestic or international. You just find your airline on there and you'll be able to check through using the generic kiosks. Similarly, we've got 12 self bag drops, or you can use, we've got 22 that are what we call hybrids. So the airlines will have staff here, obviously, and so they'll be able to, if they want to, you could be a customer who just goes up and does your bag drop yourself. You'll get a tote and you'll put your bag in the tote. The tote is coded, so essentially it takes it into our baggage system. So our baggage system is basically everything under the floor in the basement. It's an enormous baggage system, the only one of its kind in the country. Melbourne's just announced they're putting in a similar one. But essentially baggage can be a bit of a nightmare at airports. So one of the things we've got is a state-of-the-art baggage system, and as part of our basic trial, since we've just finished our basic trials from October to March, but essentially if you've been here a few weeks or a few months back, there would have been like 2,000 bags sitting orderly here, and every Tuesday and Thursday we were running 2,500 bags through the system, pushing the system to just test it and make sure it's working the way it should, and connecting and running the sort of passenger process where you get your bag tag and we can follow it throughout the system. So a lot of that basic trial has been about testing individual systems, particularly baggage. We bought something like 2,500 bags from charities across New South Wales and stuffed them along different weights. From May, we moved to a process that we call advanced trials, which is about all the different systems actually integrating and operating together. So we're actually going to be inviting the community to come in. If you haven't registered on our WSI webpage, you can go to your WSI and subscribe. We're going to invite customers to come in on Tuesdays and Thursdays and be part of our advanced trials and what we call live trials. So you'll come in and be a customer, and you might be a problem customer, you might be a sick customer, you might be a customer who's gone the wrong way. It's about testing the airport in every way possible just to be ready for when we open. Just to give some comfort though, if you're a traveller who doesn't want to use the bag drop, for example, Qantas, for example, could put their brand up on the screen there. You'll have a Qantas staff member, you'll be able to walk up and get assistance from that Qantas staff member to drop your bag.
Arches. It's upstairs area as well. Or arches. Customer service.
We generally just make a quick stop here before we go outside, just to get a better kind of look at the interior and the finishes. Part of the build of the place was trying to find as much Australian content as possible. We're standing on Australian terrain, so the key feature in the design is the sandstone. So that's all the sandstone you'll see throughout the building is from a quarry in Nowra, and so that's the key feature. You'll see the colouring, and the colouring in the place is very much about natural sort of landscape tones. So you'll notice that throughout the entire building, right down to things like the furniture. Part of the architect's kind of vision for the place as well was having it talk to the Blue Mountains and the architectural features of the Blue Mountains. So even things like the feature ceiling, which you get a bit better view of when we're up on level 2, but the feature ceiling runs all the way to the gates from the veranda, and that undulates as your terminal. But at this stage, everything is above ground. So you've got canopy covered from all the different car parks, the metro station, all covered with solar panels. So we've got 6,000 solar panels on the place as well. Pardon me, to help return energy back to the grid. The layout here is you've got 1,350 car parks just down from us here in the arrivals and the departures area. So it's the usual piston ride setup as well as.
Sorry. Oh, it's all good.
So pulled the feature ceiling down because we're putting the lounges in, and they need to do some refitting in there and take the roof down, and it will go back in once the lounges are done. A couple of things from a smart build tech perspective. You see the biometrics dotted throughout the building. It's actually, the building has been pretty much biometrically enabled with enough kit under the floor to sort of manage sort of future demand and future growth. The biometrics, I understand from our customer team, our app will be set up for you to be able to set your biometric footprint or face print up to operate in the airport.
Apparently, this little tower here is set to replace the air traffic control tower. After chatting with a friend of mine and the person who's giving us the tour, that is pretty interesting. Like this airport here in Australia doesn't have an air traffic control tower. It's only this steel structure that's in the distance, which is pretty cool, pretty interesting, very nice as well. Yeah.
Oh wow. Look at this.
Goodness. And that's the end of the tour for Sydney's second airport out in Badgerys Creek. Hope you enjoyed this video and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. In my opinion, this airport is actually really nice and well detailed, and I'm super excited to see it come alive from day one. The only thing I can think of is that this airport doesn't have the air traffic control tower, and the steel structure that I showed you guys earlier is set to replace it and have modern technology and security in and around for flights coming in and out of the airport, and as well as the safety of passengers and crew members and around the airport. And as well as including public transport, most likely people will rely on permanent bus routes going in and out of the airport. Whilst the metro is set to open in late of 2027, we're hoping to see it early from there on, and to support the growing area of Western Sydney and the future city of Bradfield. You can check out more information in the two links in the description below. And thank you for watching, and hope you see you all in the next video.